In part 2 of our series on the murder of Meredith Kercher, we'll look at the ongoing police investigation. We'll learn about the evidence they uncovered and get more into the sloppy police work conducted. We'll also discuss Amanda Knox and Rafael Solecido's bizarre interviews and behaviors. Finally, we'll cover the trials and where this story all sits today. I'm Mike.
I'm Ian.
And I'm Dave. If you thought Cats on Countertops was sloppy, stick around. It's nothing compared to some of this Perusian police work. This is Necronomipod.
It's been years now, and I'm probably overthinking it, given what we do here for a living. But is Mr. Brightside by the Killers a story of cuckolding gone wrong?
I don't know.
And I quote, "Coming out of my cage, and I've been doing just fine. Gotta be down because I want it all. It started out with a kiss. How did it end up like this? It was only a kiss. It was only a kiss. Now I'm falling asleep and she's taking a cab while he's having a smoke and she's taking a drag. Now they're going to bed and my stomach is sick and it's all in my head, but she's touching his chest now.
I'm just singing it in my head.
He takes off her dress now. Let me go. And I just can't look. It's killing me and taking control." Did they fuck around and find out?
Certainly one way to interpret those lyrics. Interesting. It's a good tune.
He didn't have to open it with "coming out of my cage." He could have said anything. He chose cage.
Maybe he just got out of prison.
Could that be? Could that be?
I don't know.
I'm thinking it's a cock cage.
I'll sign off on that shit. Why not?
Mr. Brightside is the ultimate cuckold song. It's a fantastic song.
It was a great song.
Yeah, it's super good.
It came on the other day and just for no reason. And I was just like, actually paying attention to the lyrics. And I was like, did he just say cage? Whoa. Is this girl into another guy? What is going on right now?
I never knew.
Yeah. I think I just found the Cucks Across America official anthem.
Send him a DM. Hello, Mr. Killers.
Hello, is this Mr. Brightside? This is coming from Bull in Medina. I just show up to people's houses now with like the boombox and I'm blasting that song as I ring your doorbell. So hopefully I ruin that song for everybody. And next time you hear it, you just think of me fucking your wife.
That's all anyone's ever going to think of from here to eternity.
So anyways, that's all I got.
Nice. I got a lot of static from cat people this week on the cats on the counter stuff.
You mean people that have unsanitary kitchens?
Yeah, my cat's on the counter. Look, I know you can wipe your counter off. Guys, this cat was walking over the food while she was making dinner. That's not the same thing.
But we did bash people who let their cats walk on counters too.
Well, that's not ideal either, but the specific scenario is, like the cat was walking over the food. And presumably kitty litter was falling out of the cat's paws into your meal when that happened.
Naturally, that's what's happening.
So,
yes,
There's a difference between a cat just jumping up on a counter real quick and then you push it off,
Yes.
like get down, versus you're making meatballs and it's just like walking all over.
Yes.
Oh, why'd you have
Don't
to go
come
with
at me with
meatballs?
that
'Cause that's what she was
That's
making.
gross.
Is that what it was?
She was just
rolling
rolling meatballs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Raw meat and cats walking.
Like catnip could fall right in that and you would never know.
Never. And then you'd be high.
It's just
You can't apologize for that. Just stop it.
if you're
you people.
offended
You're
by
being
that,
ridiculous.
are you perpetrator of that crime?
Might be. That's where the no potluck meal eating comes in.
Yeah, you have to control your pussy. And that's the bottom line.
That's the rule of society. If you don't control your pussy,
Then we don't have a society.
it's anarchy.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's it.
All right, so cuckolding, pussies on counters. Your turn, Ian. What do you got for us? What do you bring to the table tonight?
Where we left off on part 1, there were some inconsistencies with Raphael's first story to the police versus his and Amanda's cell phone records. So the police called him back to the station to go over the events of November 1st again, which we'll get back into the phone records in a minute. Amanda was told to wait outside because she came along too. She wasn't asked to come, and the police noted this because the two had been pretty much inseparable since Meredith's body was found. Police felt like they were making sure that their stories were matching up.
You can make that argument. Or they were consoling each other, but weren't they pretty much inseparable before this happened?
Yeah.
Well,
It's like that Italian love going on.
For the 2 weeks they'd been together.
Right.
It was love. I loved her. I loved her. She seemed like a little bit of a wild girl.
Oh, yeah.
He was like, me gusta on this American.
Well, one of the stories was she kept her rabbit vibrator in a clear case in the shared bathroom, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a little wild.
Meredith, allegedly Meredith was not a fan
like
of those
that.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see how that could cause conflict.
Especially if
Yeah.
it's not clean,
Just keep it in your room.
Look, if we're all living together, Ian, and you leave your anal beads hanging over the bathroom, the shower
Right.
rod, I don't need to see your shit dripping off onto the floor.
Yeah, I might go to pray. Like, I thought it was my rosary. God damn it.
Dave likes the big beads on his rosary because he prays hard.
Goddamn right. No milk dud hanging off of my rosary.
I vaguely remember Milk Dud talk last week.
During this questioning, Raphael changed his story and said that around 9 p.m. on the night in question, he and Amanda split up. Amanda had headed to Le Chic, the bar where she worked, to hang out with some friends. Raphael, back at his place alone, was smoking some weed and browsing the internet for a good chunk of the night. He said he watched the movie Amelie and talked to his dad on the phone. Amanda didn't show up again until about 1 a.m., and Raphael couldn't remember much about what went down when she got back, just that they woke up the next day around 10 a.m. when Amanda said that she needed to head home for a shower.
He was doing a lot of weeds. Of course he doesn't remember.
A lot of weeds.
Oh, yeah, that was fun.
So complete story change. It's completely different now. He just threw Amanda under the bus hard.
Partnerships cracking under pressure.
When the cops grilled him on the discrepancies between his new version and the original, Raphael said that he was just repeating what Amanda was saying. The police then matched his story with the records from Amanda's phone. Despite her earlier claim that she hadn't replied to her boss, Patrick Lumumba's text about not needing to come in that night, the phone records show that she texts back with, how do you say that?
Si vediamo.
Oh, si vediamo. It means I see you later. Wait, you could maybe easily forget something like that.
Of course.
Like that's a very nonchalant, quick response to a text that you, when thinking back, might think, I don't think I ever did respond to him.
And this is a weird thing that gets lost in translation here because the police, it isn't a big deal that she forgot this text, but when they, in the context that the police are taking it in, the Italian police is a see you later, like, oh, she's having him over.
Yeah.
They're not getting the American kind of
Sure.
whatever of it.
Well, yeah, I think small, inconsequential things seem more important in situations like this. They get magnified when really it was nothing.
When you're
that
looking at
makes
the
sense.
whole scope of the thing, you're going to nitpick every single thing
That's
the
right.
person does.
And the police are like, okay, she lied about this text because
Yeah.
they were going to see each other later.
But, you're after all this happened, your head swimming, you're being interrogated. Like, you could easily forget that you said, see you later, or reply to someone the night when you were smoking some weed. I mean,
Which is also
Come on.
just a common like salutations type, see you later.
Yeah. It's a
Right?
throwaway line.
And if she's fucking smoking weed too, she might just have been, check you later.
Yeah. I mean, I can't remember half of that stream from the other night, so like, there's no way that you would interrogate me for 53 hours. We'll get to that later. That's how long she was interrogated for over the first couple days here. That's a lot of time.
It is.
That's a lot of time.
And in a country that you're not familiar with the language.
Yep.
Some of you might be sitting at home wondering what the fuck Ian is talking about. A stream. Patreon.com/Necronomipod at the $15 tier later this week, or is it going to happen by the time this comes out?
No, later this week, Saturday.
Well, this comes out Sunday.
Oh, yeah, it'll be over now.
Anyways, at the new tier level, where we're throwing out all kinds of good content each month, Ian is starting the occasional old tribute to Art Bell live YouTube video call-in show where our $15 patrons are able to call in and chat about whatever subjects Ian's discussing that night, things from the Necro archives. And you did a test run this past week.
Yeah.
People seem to love it. You just did like a cold. You didn't even announce it. And you had over 60 people in there.
Yeah, it was fun.
They were chatting. A lot of them were saying they were too nervous to call. Like they loved it, but they were too afraid to call. You had some good people calling in with some good stories. And
Yeah, some good ghost stories and stuff.
yeah,
Super fun.
it was a good conversation. So that's what's available and much more at patreon.com/Necronomipod. Any hoodles.
The mix of Amanda's text and Raphael's updated story got detectives thinking that maybe Amanda had invited Patrick Lumumba over to the cottage on the evening in question. That led to Amanda being called from the waiting area for more questioning. Throughout the questioning, Amanda stuck to her story and said that she hadn't left Raphael's place the night Meredith was killed. She said the confusion about her text to Patrick Lumumba was a translation issue, like we just talked about. But the questioning was more intense this time. It was a lot different. Police pushed her to name the killer, and she was just really overwhelmed by everything. And Amanda broke down and said that Patrick Lumumba was the killer. That's her version of events. The Italian police say absolutely not. We weren't, we'll talk about it in a little bit too, but she said that they like hit her in the back of the head and stuff.
Smacking around. And they didn't record it because it wasn't like an interrogation. It was a witness interview.
Right.
So different kind of thing.
So that's never been proven, though, the physical abuse.
No.
It's just he said, she said type.
Yeah. But how long did it go on for?
In total, like 53 hours over the course of like maybe 5 or 6 days. That's a lot of time.
But not nonstop, keeping her up all night kind of thing.
Not that I'm aware of. Not like a fucking Stephen Avery type thing or like the West Memphis 3.
You guys keep bringing up that fucking Stephen Avery shit, and people keep asking, when we're going to get that show?
Whenever I think of interrogations, like unjust ones, I think of that case with that kid.
But you also think he did it.
The kid,
Right?
yeah. But he was intellectually disabled. He didn't know.
He's the one that wanted to watch WrestleMania.
Yeah, he was easily taken advantage of.
I'm not sure he did it or not.
You keep teasing this, and people are going to be like, we want to hear this story.
Stephen Avery is guilty. Absolutely.
If we end up
I'm not sure about the
deciding
kid.
to do...
Oh, the kid, he didn't kill anybody.
But I'm not sure if he was actually involved in any way at all. I'm not sure. But Stephen Avery, yeah. Come on.
If we end up doing that show, I'll watch the documentary beforehand so that I can know what
That's a good idea.
you guys are referencing.
Yeah. Because you'll probably be just like how I was when I watched it. I was all fucking enraged and like
that they fucked him.
Yeah, that they fucked him. And then I started reading all the case information. I'm like, oh, wait. I just fucking got worked by Netflix.
So that'll be good. I'll watch the documentary and just do that. And then we'll just go in with your notes, which will be the truth. And then I'll be like, oh.
That will be good.
Yeah, all right. We'll do that.
So after Amanda pointed the finger at Patrick Lumumba, she wrote a formal statement in Italian saying that on the evening of Thursday, November 1st, 2007, she left Raphael's apartment around 9 p.m. and headed to the basketball courts at Piazza Gramana, just a couple miles from the cottage. There, she met up with Patrick Lumumba, and they both went back to her place. She said that Meredith got home soon after from hanging out at a friend's. Not long after she got back, Meredith and Patrick went into Meredith's bedroom while Amanda stayed in the kitchen. Time kind of slipped by, and then out of nowhere, Meredith started screaming, and Amanda covered her ears and froze. After this, Amanda's recollection of the night was foggy due to all the weed smoking, but police weren't going along with the whole memory loss thing. It wasn't clear if she had a direct hand in Meredith's death, but they suspected that she might have had a role in helping Patrick Lumumba somehow. Raphael distanced himself from the crime scene, but this new story that he was telling didn't explain why both he and Amanda had their phones turned off at almost the same time on the night Meredith was killed.
And did we say that they didn't usually have their phones turned off?
They did not usually. Like it's a weird thing.
They had their phones on every night, and then all of a sudden this night, they both were off and almost the exact same times.
Right.
It's unusual behavior.
And
even if a lot of people did turn their phone off at night for whatever reason back then, they didn't normally.
Right.
Do people turn their phones off at night? Like since the day I owned a cell phone, I've always had it on.
I heard a lot of that.
It became an alarm.
It's probably the same cat people talking about this, but I saw people commenting that it was very common for people to turn their phones off. I'm like, why? I don't think that's right.
No.
I had a phone then. I didn't turn it off every night. I plugged it in.
You might silence it like I did when I was afraid I was going to get Chris Benoit creepy texts in the middle of the night. But it certainly wasn't off.
What time is it? What year is this? 2007?
The year of the Benoit tragedy, when I would keep my phone on all night. I had a cell phone for years before that. I don't think I ever turned it off.
I think people are misremembering that. I don't think that's accurate. I didn't turn my phone off.
I can't believe there's a lot of people complaining that is a weird thing. Especially given that, like, even if you did, like you said, Dave, turn your phone off. They didn't.
Right.
But this night, they did.
That's the whole point. It's the context. It's not that
And
your grandma in Omaha turned her phone off in 2007. It's the context that these guys, their normal behavior was not to do that.
You know what? Just fuck boomers in general. Fuck them. I hate them and their stupid cats on counters. Yeah, like they didn't. And they both did this night at almost roughly the exact same time.
That's it.
That is never explained.
Yeah.
Ever. And that is, we'll get to it. That is a very big deal for my opinion on this.
I think that's fair.
Their little flip fucking phones probably they had back then.
Yeah.
Or like a razor you slide up and do the old texting.
Remember that Virgin Mobile gimmick one that like slid up?
Yes.
Yeah.
I had a one like that from like, I think it was Alltel or something. That was the shit, man. That was cool. Dave 100% had a BlackBerry. You were a BlackBerry guy at some point.
I had a BlackBerry.
Of course you were.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
That makes
All
sense.
this important business shit in it.
Yeah.
Blackberries are cool.
Yeah. I'm not saying they're not. I'm just saying you fit the mold of a BlackBerry guy.
Raphael stuck to his story saying that he watched the movie Amelie alone after Amanda left. Yet his computer showed that the movie was played at 6:30 p.m. and nobody touched the computer again until 5:32 a.m. the next morning, even though Raphael claimed that he was asleep at that time. He also said that he had talked to his dad on his cell phone around 11 p.m. The call happened via his landline at 8:42 p.m. Then his dad sent him a goodnight text at 11:14 p.m., but by then Raphael's phone was already off and it wasn't turned on again until 6:02 a.m. the following morning.
Where's Goofy when you need him? Something's wrong here. Something wrong here. See, there. Thanks, Goofy. Sorry, Declan got you in late today.
Like I want to say that, when you spend the night smoking weed, your memory of specific time frames might be skewed a bit, but this seems off a lot. It's my initial impression here.
I mean, you have weird activity on the same night. This girl is murdered and you've never had that activity on your phone before.
It doesn't do them any
Something's
favors.
wrong.
It doesn't do them any favors.
What caused them to do that
Right.
with their phones?
Is it possible that they lost their charger or something, so the phones both went dead right around the same time?
Could that happen? Sure.
Like they spent the prior night, both had their phones plugged in, woke up, unplugged them, so they're essentially pretty close on the timeline of when their battery should die, and they didn't have a charger or something, so they both died at the same time. Seems a bit of a stretch, but I'm just supposing here.
But also seems like something very innocent you could just tell the police instead of making up this, I watched this movie and made this call and did this.
Yeah.
The problem is that Amanda's phone turned on right before she called the police to report Meredith or report the break-in.
Mm-hmm.
So if she charged her phone,
Okay.
the battery would power on whenever.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have taken until noon.
Yeah. All right.
Very true.
When police got a search warrant for Raphael's place, they were hit with the smell of bleach right away. They found several bleach bottles and a receipt from the morning of Sunday, November 4th, 2 days after they found Meredith's body. They also found a knife with a 6.5-inch blade in his kitchen drawer that looked like it had been cleaned recently. Although no blood was found on the knife, it had scratches on the blade like someone had scrubbed it really hard.
You're only embarrassing yourselves.
He doesn't believe that's evidence, apparently.
So aggressive about it. Yourselves. He's a mom from Long Island, it sounds like.
That's right.
Amanda's DNA turned up on the knife, which it wouldn't be surprising. She had hung out at Raphael's place a lot, and they'd been inseparable since they met. So.
Yeah, she's probably cooking with the cats, all walking all over the food. So I'm sure she used the knife.
But there was a tiny bit of Meredith's DNA on the blade. Police wanted to know how it got there if Meredith had never been to Raphael's. In Raphael's room, they found a bunch of manga comics, some of them showing a lot of violence, like female vampires being killed on Halloween and stuff. So the police tied that back to the fact that Meredith was dressed like a vampire the night before. This is very silly. This is like satanic panic kind of
I
stuff.
feel like they're kink shaming him now.
Yeah. He's just trying to look at some anime porn. That's all he was doing.
Nothing wrong with that.
There wasn't any solid proof, though, linking Raphael directly to where Meredith was killed. Police found a partial bloody shoe print under the duvet that covered Meredith's body. It was a men's size 9 with a pattern of circles. It was compared to Raphael's Nike Air Force Ones that were also a size 9. The test suggested that it was a possible match, but it wasn't 100%. So there was still nothing linking Raphael directly to the crime scene. At this point, the police's theory was that Patrick Lumumba had gotten feelings for Meredith and wanted Amanda's help to get closer to her. After finding out she didn't need to be at work, Amanda texts Patrick saying that they should meet up later. Together with Raphael, Amanda headed to Piazza Gramana to pick up Patrick before they all made their way back to the cottage. The situation spiraled out of control as Raphael and Amanda forced Meredith into some type of an unwanted sexual act, threatening her with a knife that Raphael often carried, which he admitted to that he had a 3-inch blade that he had on himself at all times.
Time to slice and dice.
That's smart though of Raphael. Like I never leave home without 3 inches. You got to keep something on you.
When you're packing, you're packing.
What can I say? I'm gifted.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
I find this whole sexual game thing, and we'll talk about it later, I find it so implausible. I don't see that in Amanda Knox.
The game, like the
Just-
sex.
No,
Like
seems out of character.
I don't know. I guess it's just would be so rare for a female on female sexual crime.
Well, I think we'll find later in the story that they amend that theory a little bit, but still use it as the basis for what happened. They just
Right.
change it a little bit.
They're like, well, that doesn't quite work, so let's
Yeah.
change it this way.
Yeah, it's still a sex game, but it's change some of the participants. And
this puzzle piece doesn't fit, but if we cut this corner off,
right.
we can make it fit.
Essentially, yeah.
It's just right.
It's odd.
Meredith screamed. Everyone panicked, and in the panic, her throat was cut. In an effort to cover their tracks, the three of them staged a break-in before fleeing the scene. Worried that Amanda might leave the country, the authorities issued arrest warrants for all three of them, which is crazy that they were able to arrest Patrick Lumumba.
It's really nothing.
It was literally just her saying
His name.
Yeah.
Patrick denied any role in Meredith's murder. He said he only met Meredith a handful of times, and the most recent one being Halloween, when she stopped by his bar. He was adamant that he had no romantic feelings toward Meredith and had never flirted with her. On the night of the murder, he confirmed that he was at the bar until after midnight and then headed straight home.
You know, I guess we say it's hard to believe they got a warrant, but she wrote a statement saying it was him and she was there. So, I mean, that's enough for an arrest warrant to go and do the physical evidence part down the road. But that's seems like enough. An eyewitness account, coerced or not.
Following her arrest, Amanda withdrew her previous statement and gave a handwritten note claiming that her initial account was given under extreme pressure. She said that the police had floated Patrick Lumumba's name, and she had only agreed to their version after being led to believe that they had proof against her. Amanda said that one of the officers had hit her in the back of the head a couple times as well.
You know, you hear stories like that, and I think you want to believe you would never do something like that. You find it hard to believe you confess to a crime you didn't commit. But there's tons of instances of this happening. Mm-hmm. Like, it happens all the time. They keep you in there for so long and twist your mind and get you, you don't even know what to believe anymore, and you'll sign anything just to get out of that room. I watched the whole documentary on all these overturned cases, and it happened a lot, which is crazy to think about, but man.
It's also just, I mean, like we had said 100 times, though, like there's just so much other little weird behaviors that kind of don't make this so black and white.
Yeah.
Right. Certainly the long investigations. I still think it's weird that out of nowhere, she kind of just brought this guy into it and was like, yeah, of course he did it. And I was there.
I think they were force feeding her the name a bit, though, if you believe what she said.
Maybe so.
I think the police were definitely being aggressive with her. I wouldn't be surprised if that was, if that was the case in this. Because I feel like as law enforcement, when you're already like willing to publicly kind of fudge evidence, well, what are you willing to do behind the scenes to get those answers?
Absolutely.
Amanda still said that she remembered that it was a typical evening with a late dinner and Raphael fixing a leaky pipe. Her next clear memory was waking up the next day. Giving in to the nonstop questioning, Amanda said that she might have made up the story involving Patrick Lumumba coming to her house. She wasn't certain if these were real memories or things she made up to make police happy. Police said that they didn't do anything wrong. However, since Amanda had been interviewed as a witness, like you said earlier, Dave, none of the interrogations were recorded, leaving it her word against the police's, which that's a weird Italian thing. You should just go ahead and record all of
if you're not a suspect, they don't record it.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't help their case at all.
How does that help in court or anything?
Yeah, it's weird.
Oh, Your Honor, we promise you she said this to us. Okay.
Scout's honor.
Oh!
Raphael also backtracked on his story. He said that the truth was that Amanda had stayed with him at his apartment all night on November 1st. He denied that the shoe print in Meredith's bedroom was his, saying he'd never been in her bedroom, and even if he had, he wasn't wearing his Nikes that day. Patrick Lumumba stuck to his story of being at Le Chic the entire evening. It had been a slow night with only a dozen or so customers, which is why he messaged Amanda to not come in. Patrick claimed that there was at least one person who could confirm his alibi, a Swiss professor he had briefly spoken to while serving drinks, but he couldn't remember the professor's name. While they had Amanda, Raphael, and Patrick in custody, police shifted to comb through all the forensic evidence to find something that would confirm their theory. Like you guys said, they're just really, really trying to
back into it.
Yeah.
They made the arrests, and then they'll go back and find the reasonings why.
Yep.
On December 18th, 2007, the scientific police conducted an on-site luminol analysis at the crime scene during the second examination of that crime scene. So a lot of going in and out throughout the just tracking through stuff.
That's 45 days later. How is that possible?
I don't know. In luminol, it picks up blood. You spray it, turn on the black light or whatever type of light it is, and it'll show up blood. It shows it, and it'll show other things like bleach and stuff, but blood's brighter than everything else. But man, in 45 days, what could have been spilt somewhere or anything?
Yes.
Yeah, anything. I mean, the doors weren't locked. Animals could have run through that place.
Yeah.
The window was broken. There was.
Yeah.
Anybody could have gone through that.
I don't see how anything associated with that search could even remotely be considered admissible evidence.
The luminol has to be done like immediately, like quick.
Well, I think the defense questions this later. Like, you can't even say for certain those were blood stains with that luminol. It could be other stuff.
Somebody could have been eating a buffalo chicken sandwich and something spilled. You don't know.
It's good.
I know. I haven't eaten dinner, so that sounds dynamite right now.
During this examination, 9 luminol blood stains were identified across various rooms. 2 stains in Philomena's bedroom, but they were not photographed.
Why bother?
3 stains shaped like footprints were found in Amanda's bedroom. 1 near the entrance door was photographed. The 2 near the window were not. That's just some crazy incompetence. Like, how are you going to take one picture but then not take the other ones?
It's one of, if not the sloppiest of police investigations we've ever covered.
It's up there with John Bonet for sure.
I think this is even worse.
Yeah.
They did a couple things, but it was all real quick in time. Like, they had 45 days and did nothing, and then got to this half-assed, well, this is evidence. We're going to take photographs of this, but we're not going to take photographs of that. Right. Maybe it exists. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe you'll never know. Maybe fuck yourself.
Yeah. the guy that worked at the Daily Mail, Nick Pisa, is that the guy's name that was writing all like the
dumb
tabloid stories? He had a story around this time when they did this, saying that some of the investigators were caught on tape or overheard saying that they could really use some cocaine to get through the, like, stay awake and get through this search.
Well,
like,
who's never said that while on the clock?
But they made a bunch of mistakes. He said they left like some of the luminol, like, oh, we left that in Rome, like all kinds of crazy stuff that normally would invalidate, all of it.
I really do think this might be, of anything we covered, the worst police investigation that we've done or that we've discussed. Unless I'm forgetting, there might be something out there I'm forgetting. People are gonna be like, "No, you forgot about this one, you asshole."
Let me mention one more thing here because I think it goes to it. That police guy, Menini, the police investigator.
That's my cousin Menini. What you gotta say about Menini?
The main guy at the time of this investigation, he was under indictment from another jurisdiction for mishandling that's some serial killer case, the Monster of Florence.
Oh, really?
Like, while this was going on, so they really questioned like his, whether he should have even been on the job running this.
If you're being investigated, perhaps you should be suspended at the time.
That's what they said. Here, I got it right here. It said, Florence prosecutor Luca Turco charged this guy Menini, M-I-G-N-I-N-I, Menini, with a number of counts, including the forging of voice recordings, plus a number of counts of abuse of office for allegedly ordering wiretapping of the phones of various police officers and journalists involved in the Monster of Florence case. So that was going on during this time.
There could be an issue with him being a part of this.
Yeah, could be.
A little bit. Questions as to his competence,
Yes.
his morals,
Yes.
his ethics.
Yes. Yes.
Maybe you shouldn't be doing investigations for a little time, pal.
Just take a break for a little bit.
all of the above. Yeah.
What's that? The Jim Ross gift that goes around? Take a nap. Go to sleep. Give us all a break, pal.
Sit your ass down.
Sit your ass down. That's what it is. I don't remember. Sit your ass down. Give us a break. We'll be covering that on Patreon later this week.
Yeah, we'll have to pull that clip.
The plane ride from hell. I think that's on the Dark Side of the Ring.
Yeah.
So Dave, when that comes up, if you watch it, maybe we'll get us timestamp.
Yep.
Get that. Give us a break. It's not a fun story. But the plane ride from hell coming up on the $10 tier and up of Patreon, the wrestling show for this month. It's another one that even if you're not a wrestling fan, I think you'll enjoy this one. It's the behind the scenes debauchery and partying.
A lot of non-wrestling fans seem to enjoy your wrestling shows, guys.
I'm glad they do.
It's a tribute to your, I don't know.
Nerdism.
Something.
Virginism. I want to get back to doing some more of like the biographies that we've done. I don't want us to become just Dark Side of the Ring.
Right.
We've done Owen Hart. We've done the Screw Job. We're doing the plane ride from hell. We're going to get to some of some people's favorites. Maybe we'll cover like an Andre the Giant or a Jake the Snake show. Stone Cold Steve Austin, perhaps.
Yeah.
No notes needed for that one, but guys, I'll take the driver's seat on that one. I digress.
There were 4 additional stains found in the corridor adjacent to Amanda and Meredith's bedrooms. 3 as footprints and 1 as a shoe print, all of which were photographed. No traces were found in the larger bathroom, in Laura Mazzetti's room, or in the kitchen and dining area, suggesting that some areas may have been cleaned to remove blood stains. Scientific police collected samples from all 9 stains for DNA analysis. A luminol revealed bloodstain in Philomena's bedroom showed a DNA mixture of both Amanda and Meredith's profiles. DNA from all 3 footprint stains in Amanda's bedroom matched Amanda's DNA profile. The 3 footprint stains in the corridor did not yield specific DNA profiles. A bloody shoe print revealed by luminol in the corridor contained a DNA mix consistent with both Amanda and Meredith's profiles.
It's incredible to me that 45 days later, they're finding DNA in this house of the 2 women who lived in this fucking house.
In footprints. Walking around bare, like they live here.
Yeah. And we touched on last week, it was a dirty fucking house. There's probably footprints all over in the dirt and grease and whatever fucking is going on.
How do you get the multiple DNA mixture in one blood stain? Is
Don't
that
ask questions you don't want the answer to, pal.
period play? Maybe is that a thing?
That's exactly what I was thinking. That's where my perverted mind went. I don't know. What do women do when they live together? They period play, right?
I assume. Don't your schedules like kind of all run together then? Doesn't that happen?
Science talk with Mike, Ian, and Dave.
But it was in Philomena's bedroom. Like, that's a weird thing, right? I think what we're going to see later is that you question the accuracy of all of this testing, and I'm not sure I believe any of it.
And again, too, like 45 days later, a fucking breeze could have blown shit in. Animals, a squirrel running through,
or one of the
is now moving shit.
Yeah, or one of the cops stepped in the bloodstain in another room and tracked it in there on their shoes.
Yeah, their size 10 shoe.
Yeah.
Now Raphael's over here like, motherfuckers. Just trying to slice and dice and eat some pizza.
That's right.
Was it last week when like all of Dave's references to Ninja Turtles were just AI references? Cowabunga, tubular, pizza.
Ha!
That's good stuff. I'm still not convinced that's a video game. That is a fucking pedophile in his basement, just like the goofy guy. That's that guy watching To Catch a Predator on Dateline NBC.
Yeah, I mean, we're going through all this evidence because it's, what the prosecution put forward and everything, but I don't find any validity in most of this.
Yeah.
DNA evidence or luminol, any of it.
I don't see how you can.
It's very difficult to put any stock in this. Which again, like based on what we talked about earlier with like the cell phone thing with Amanda and Raphael, like you just keep going back to the middle. Like, where the fuck are you on this?
Yeah.
Like at this point, I'm starting to believe Amanda and Raphael a little bit more. I can't explain the cell phones, but that doesn't mean they're guilty.
Not at all. No.
No.
There might be a reasonable explanation you just haven't thought of.
No. But we're halfway through the note. We're not even halfway through the notes. We'll see where,
see where it
this
goes.
roller coaster takes us.
Sure.
They did a luminol analysis at Raphael's apartment. And they found what looked to be like a cleaner, like bleach or something along those lines, sprayed. I don't know. He could have just cleaned stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe he cleaned up for Amanda coming over because he wanted to impress her or something.
Yeah. If you go to Just Brew Christie's house, there's bleach over everything. It happens like once an hour. It's so clean. So you would definitely get those same results.
That lady keeps a very clean house.
Very clean.
She does not own a cat, but if she did, that cat would not be on any counters.
No, it would
I
not.
assure you, that cat would not be on any counters.
Expand on the footprints and shoe prints a bit. In Amanda's bedroom, a bloody footprint near the door was consistent with her footprint. In the corridor, one bloody footprint matched Raphael's, while another matched Amanda's. A third footprint and a shoe print in the corridor were too vague to compare. There were visible, partially bloody shoe prints found on a pillow in Meredith's bedroom, on the room's floor, the corridor, and the kitchen and dining area. There were 18 bloody shoe prints identified throughout the upper apartment, 17 visible, and 1 through luminol. Of the 16 bloody shoe prints on the floor, 7 were in Meredith's room, 3 in the corridor, and 6 in the kitchen living room area. 2 additional bloody shoe prints were on the pillow underneath Meredith's body. There were dusty shoe prints. 2 of those were on a postcard in Philomena's room and 9 on various papers in Meredith's room. None of the dusty shoe prints matched any shoes taken from Meredith, Amanda, or Raphael.
I bet they matched some of the police officers who were walking around the house.
The dusty shoe prints, though, I mean, that could be just somebody walking through with dirt on their shoes.
Yeah, of
Oh, like,
course.
what is that even? Like dusty shoe print?
Right.
It's 45 fucking days later. Dusty shoe print.
The kitchen and corridor prints, 2 of the 6 shoe prints in the kitchen and both prints in the corridor were consistent with an unknown pair of sneakers. So somebody completely outside of shoes that Amanda, Meredith, or Raphael would have worn because police confiscated all that stuff to compare everything. The other 4 kitchen prints were too incomplete for a definitive comparison. All 7 bloody shoe prints in Meredith's room were a match for the unknown sneaker, as well as one of the bloody shoe prints on the pillow. The other smaller bloody shoe print on the pillow could not be matched to any shoes in this story. The corridor luminol revealed shoe print was too vague to match to any shoes, but it did yield DNA mix compatible with Amanda and Meredith's profiles. Get to fingerprint evidence. In total, 117 prints were detected at the cottage. However, 56 of these were unusable for any identification purposes. Of the 61 prints that were usable, 13 were unidentified. 17 were Meredith's, 5 belonged to Raphael, 1 to Amanda Knox, 15 to Laura Mazzetti, 5 to Filomena Romanelli, 4 to Giacomo Salenzi, which that's one of the guys from the downstairs apartment.
Okay.
And 1 to an unknown person. But this person's prints were unique compared to the other 13 unidentified prints because a bloody palm print matching this fingerprint was found in blood on the pillow under the duvet with Meredith's body. Meredith's fingerprint was found on Amanda's wardrobe, suggesting that she had recently opened it. Unidentified prints, including 5 within Amanda's room, specifically 3 footprints on the radiator and 2 on the wardrobe. Raphael's prints were found on the exterior of Meredith's door, on the refrigerator in the kitchen, and on the inner side of Laura Mazzetti's bedroom door. When ran through a database, the unknown prints we talked about, like the palm print on the pillow under the duvet, belonged to 20-year-old Rudy Guede. Rudy had come to Italy from the Ivory Coast as a kid. He was abandoned by his father, who returned to Africa. So Rudy was raised by a well-off Peruvian family who got him into a hotel management program when he got older.
Sounds like he's got a bright future ahead of him.
Yeah, he turned out to just be like a straight-up liar. Always fucked up at work and school. And eventually, through all this stuff, his family had enough and they kicked him out. Rudy scraped by with odd jobs, but got in trouble for petty theft and selling weed. Just a week before Meredith's murder, the owner of a preschool found Rudy on the property after hours. The police were called, finding a knife from the school's kitchen in Rudy's possession. His backpack had a recently stolen laptop and a cell phone from a local law firm, plus a gold watch was taken in a break-in a few days earlier.
Model citizen.
Went off to a good start, Rudy.
No.
The guys living in the downstairs apartment told police that they knew Rudy, not well, but well enough that he would come over. They would go play basketball, smoke some weed, stuff like that. Amanda knew him too. She and Meredith had met him while hanging out with the guys downstairs. Rudy hit on both of them, and it went nowhere. The other time Rudy was around Amanda and Meredith, he had gotten super drunk and passed out while shitting. that is wild.
Can honestly say I've never been there before.
No.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
No, it's not great.
You don't really come back from that one. You find a new friend group after that.
Yeah.
You just don't hang out with that group anymore.
That'd be real tough to show your face.
Yeah,
Man.
that's you take that L and you move on someplace else. That's a loser leaves town match in and of itself. You leave town now. You lost that one.
Police knew Rudy was at the crime scene because of his bloody palm print being on the pillow, but maybe he was responsible for the shit left in the bowl, not Amanda.
The shit in the bowl.
Because at first there was that alleged complaint that Amanda never flushed the toilet or she forgot.
That's right.
So they're thinking, yeah, it could have been her. But now this guy's just for real leaving shit in the bowl, passing out.
So I get he's passing out. Okay. Embarrassing. You fucking suck, dude. Do better. But do people actually forget to flush toilets? Like they're accusing Amanda of? Like, is that a thing that people do? Forget to flush?
I don't think
not
grown
sure.
adults know.
Not normally.
Yeah.
My
my
son
kid's
forgets
sure.
to flush. I'm like,
Okay, that's
I'm like,
different.
Dude, what are you doing? Come
Yeah.
on, you got to stop.
He's proud of his work.
Yeah.
So everyone needs to see this. This needs to be shared with the world. But like, how are you forgetting?
Yeah. As a grown adult, it's wild.
People have things on their mind. You know, it happens probably. It's going to happen next time I go to your house. Just
As long as it's in the bowl and not the upper tucker, pal. That's fine. So that when I open it, I'm going to say, oh, there's shit in the bowl.
How drunk do you have to be to pass out like that?
Yeah, pretty fucking drunk.
Or just you just can't handle it. I don't know. That's weird. Like I've never even come close to doing something like that.
No. This is appalling.
it is very appalling.
The picture of it was appalling.
Yeah,
that they
it's not
showed in
great.
the documentary.
It is not.
I don't remember that, and I don't want to see. Can that be our teaser pick for this part?
Yes.
Police went out looking for Rudy, but he had left Italy. An international arrest warrant was put out, and his information was being spread through the media to be on the lookout for him. Not too long after, a friend of Rudy's called the police after getting an email from him claiming that he was in Germany. This friend agreed to help police get Rudy back to Italy. They talked through Skype, where Rudy denied any part in Meredith's death, but admitted that he was at the scene that night. On a later call, he talked about meeting Meredith at a Halloween party, and they planned to hang out the following night at her place. He found her alone when he arrived. Meredith told Rudy her suspicions that Amanda had stolen some cash from her underwear drawer, accusing her of drug use and saying that she was going to confront her later that night. Rudy said that Meredith walked in to Amanda's room and looked in her wardrobe to see like if she had money in there. Meredith's fingerprints were on the wardrobe,
That's right.
showing that she had suggesting she had recently opened it. So there might be a little bit of truth into what he's saying here.
If we choose to believe that. bit of evidence.
Yeah. Rudy said that after Meredith cooled off, they kissed and started getting intimate, but stopped because he didn't have a condom. He headed to the bathroom around 9:30 p.m., saying he had an upset stomach. So he is 100% the one who left the shit in the bowl.
The shit in the bowl.
Do we have to retire that clip now? Like we've solved the case?
I think we might have.
The unidentified shit in the bowl?
Dirty boy, Rudy.
Well, he forgot to flush last time because he passed out. Yeah. This time he heard Meredith scream, so he rushed out with his pants down.
Which means he probably also didn't wipe.
No, he definitely didn't wipe. And when he rushed out, he saw an unfamiliar man over Meredith with a bloody knife. The man was shorter than Rudy and had chestnut-colored hair. And he yelled at him in a local Italian accent, then took off.
It's me, Mario.
Like that kind of accent?
Yeah.
If only he had chestnut-colored hair. Like the little bling going off. Like he just fucking bumped into one of those bricks. Got a star.
Rudy tried to press towels against Meredith's wounds, but it was too late. Scared of being blamed, like if he called the police, he would just catch the blame for it, he ran off. Rudy's friend agreed to wire him money to return to Italy for legal help. However, before Rudy could get the money, he was arrested for sneaking onto a train. In what sounded like a real defeated way, he just told, whoever detained him that he had a warrant out for his arrest in Italy. So he was extradited from Germany back to Perugia.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. How's your social battery doing right now? Are you bursting with energy or are you feeling pretty drained? Often, during these cold winter months, our social batteries can seem like they have less life than normal. Other times, we just don't know when to say no and give ourselves a break. It can be easy to ignore our social battery and spread ourselves thin, especially with social gatherings picking up as the weather gets nicer. Have you considered what's the right amount of socializing for you? And how do you recharge? Maybe you thrive being around others. Maybe you need some alone time. Therapy can give you the self-awareness to build a social life that doesn't drain your battery. Therapy can be a great opportunity to explore yourself. It can give you a better sense of what helps you thrive and what keeps your social battery full. Because when your battery is full, you won't have to worry about feeling worn out and isolated. If you're thinking of starting therapy, why not give BetterHelp a try? It's entirely online and designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. All you have to do is fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists anytime at no additional charge. Find your social sweet spot with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/necro today and get 10% off your first month. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/necro.
While all of this was going on, the Swiss professor saw on the news everything that was going on. We haven't talked about it yet, but we will in a little while. This was a crazy media circus this whole time. But this Swiss professor saw everything on the news and came forward. He verified that he was at Le Chic that night talking with Patrick from about 8:30 p.m. to 9:55 p.m. This was a solid alibi, and there was no physical evidence linking him to the crime. Nothing at all other than what Amanda said.
And had already retracted long ago, right?
Right. And so he was released after about 3 weeks in jail.
And people were protesting and stuff. Like, you just picked the first black guy you found and locked him up for this murder. And it was a big thing.
That's a big criticism of Amanda. Yeah. I know we'll talk at the end about the slander trials and stuff, but that's what Patrick Lumumba's, one of the things the lawyer said is that she just pointing the finger at the first black guy she knew.
But there was also, and what you had mentioned earlier, Ian, too, is that maybe there was force from police to name him or to give up a name.
She said that.
Was there any reason why the police would have picked him?
Well, because of the text.
Because of the text.
With the see you later thing. So they were really pushing. And she said that that text mixed with all the pushing led her to say his name, which could be true.
Yeah.
But I also see, if I was Patrick Lumumba, I would be like, fuck this. You ruined my life by just saying my name.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't disagree with him. He was just dragged through all this for no reason.
I think he lost the bar and stuff, right? Like the business went under and
Yeah. Okay.
With Patrick cleared, the investigation shifted, continuing with that whole sexual assault angle, but now it focused on Rudy in the role that they initially thought would have been Patrick.
Like, oh, now we have our new black man. We don't need you anymore.
Still a sex game, though.
Oh. We're going to keep everything else, but we're going to switch out.
That's right.
Yeah.
Copy paste. We're going to go with it, though.
Lab tests linked Rudy's DNA to Meredith directly, showing up in bloodstains in her underwear and clothes and inside her purse. Additionally, the partial bloody shoe print under Meredith's duvet, thought to possibly match Raphael's Air Force Ones, was compared to Rudy's Nike Outbreak 2s. While the tread patterns on both pairs of Nikes are similar, they're like concentric circles, Rudy's were the match. Police back in Italy hit Rudy with this information and asked him what really happened that night. Rudy denied smashing the window in Philomena's room and said that just as the assailant fled, he warned, quote, "You are a black man, you will be blamed." As he tried to help Meredith with her wounds, she attempted to speak, saying something that sounded like it began with an F. Rudy said that he regretted his decision to flee without getting more help or calling for an ambulance, but again said that it was because of his fear of being wrongfully accused. His lawyer argued that, yeah, Rudy's presence at the crime scene was confirmed by his DNA, but it didn't prove that he was the one that committed the murder.
What if that really happened, though? I don't think it did, but... Like, what if his story was real and...
And then it's just like, now you're caught up in all of this. And
Yeah.
no, you're going to get the blame.
His story has never changed, saying that Amanda had nothing to do with it. She was there. He says that she was there, but she didn't have anything to do with the crime. It was a guy with chestnut hair.
Did Raphael have chestnut hair? Is that what?
Yeah.
Is that what we're considering it?
Yeah.
I mean, that's...
I watched the I don't remember what it looked like. Okay. Whew. This is every paragraph we get into. I'm just like, oh, now I think this. No, I think this. Now it might be this.
Deeper down the hole.
But I have not suspected Amanda in a few paragraphs. Just saying. Just saying. I don't know. I don't know where that's going to go. I'm half chubbed right now. Well, I didn't say that.
Sure sounded like you did.
Although she was a pretty attractive young lady back then. I don't know if I don't remember if we got into that last week, but
Foxy Noxy.
she was roll tide a little bit. Meredith was a good looking girl.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Okay. There's really nowhere else to go from that. So just give them my 2 cents. I know people out there were clamoring to know what I thought about the looks of those two women. So
Phones are ringing off the hook,
Yeah.
if I'm being honest. People wanted to know that.
we got an old rotary phone in here. Why did those phones ring so aggressively? Like those old phones were just so loud and abrasive.
Looks like it's a mechanical ringer, so it just clicks.
But
and
why did it
dings
have to be
inside.
so like whatever the little clicker was? Why was it so tight? Why was it,
I don't know. I'm not a phone expert.
I know, but you lived through more of that than I did. I don't know.
You can turn it down, I think.
Can you? I don't know.
I think so. I don't
The
remember.
home
It was a
phone
long
we
time
had
ago.
growing up was more of like an auto, like a electronic, and you can just control the volume.
Yeah.
But like those old rotary ones, it was just like,
'Cause it was an actual physical thing. Hitting a bell.
It's like a fucking Aztec death whistle waking you up, like somebody's fucking calling you. And it's just Meemaw asking if you had some milk.
Me more.
Yeah, I could see being pissed off about prank calls back in the day with that.
Jesus, man.
Calling in the middle of the night. Like,
Well, especially because
fucker.
you only had like one phone. You had to like get up, go into like the kitchen or the main room to fucking answer a phone that's on a cord, no less.
Yeah. It sucked.
What a terrible time to be alive. I would have never made it out of that era.
Oh, this is the electric company calling. I'm doing a test. Can you let me know if your refrigerator's running? You better go catch it.
That's how a young Dave Namapod had fun, folks. He'd fucking abrasively rape your eardrums with that phone. He'd fucking ask you about your refrigerator running.
Hello, do you have Prince Albert in a can? Well, you better let him out.
This case was a media storm. It went worldwide, but there was a lot of tabloid stuff.
Yeah.
We talked about Amanda last week. Her nickname from when she played soccer in school was Foxy Knoxy. The media ran with that as, the sexual thing, Foxy Knoxy. Mm-hmm. Really portrayed her as a sexual killer. The police told her that she was positive for HIV, and that was a ploy to learn about her sexuality, to learn about her sex life. Yeah, so she wrote in her diary about HIV while she was sitting in jail. She was writing in her diary about this, wondering if she had it. And those diary entries were leaked out into the tabloid. So it's look, this girl's, look at her sex life. She obviously gets around. She's sitting here wondering if she has AIDS or not.
No.
In here, there was no truth to it at all.
It was
just
the police putting it in her head.
Mm-hmm. So that's one thing that they have 100% done in an effort to get information from her. So I wouldn't doubt any of the other stuff.
That's wild.
Just really unfair tabloid coverage of this.
Huh?
One of the first ones was her underwear, a video of her in Raphael buying underwear in a store. And it was all the sexy lingerie she's buying right after they're going to go have, do whatever. Here it was just because they weren't allowed in the cottage because of the crime scene stuff. So she needed underwear.
Makes complete sense.
Yeah, that's all she was doing. So
should she be forced to buy granny panties?
Absolutely.
I say no.
Also, they're very conservative. I think that's a big part of it with Italy, the sex stuff.
Granny panties should be outlawed. Period.
No granny panties?
Period.
Even for grannies?
No.
Okay.
Buy something else.
Okay.
Wrap a sheet around
You
you.
got to hold those Depends in, pal. You need some big granny panties.
Can't you just wear Depends? Are those not just tight fitting as they are?
Just want to cover them up a little something?
Yeah, a dress, clothes.
That's it?
I think that's
Just
fine.
the Depends and then it's your preference.
A vote for Mike Namapod is a vote for the removal of granny panties.
That's his platform, folks, and that's the hill he will die on.
And that's literally my platform. That's it. Don't ask me about anything else. I'm going to revert it back to that.
In that same time frame that police did the luminol tests, 46 days after Meredith's murder, on December 18th, investigators did another sweep of her bedroom. It was they did 4 in total, 4 different sweeps through for evidence, which is it's insane. But under a rug, about 5 feet from where her body had been found, they found the broken clasp from Meredith's bra. Tests on this clasp showed faint traces of male DNA. The DNA was really weak, it wouldn't hold up in a U.S. court. But that DNA, regardless of how small the sample was definitively identified as Raphael's. On paper, this piece of evidence was really damning because the bra had been cut off from Meredith's body after she was dead, suggesting that Raphael had been in the room with her body. Raphael's defense argued that the sample was too small, like we just said, it would not hold up in a U.S. court, and the clasp had been in the crime scene for 46 days, and the room had been searched multiple times. The clasp could have easily been contaminated. It might not even have originally been under that rug.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I bet that wasn't even there to begin with. Doesn't seem like it was very hidden, just under a rug. That's it. The first 3 times they didn't look under the rug.
Like planted or incidental?
Incidental, like somebody accidentally kicked
it or something.
Yeah.
Or planted.
Somebody swabbed a little bit of his DNA and threw it under there. Case strengthener.
I don't think it's out of question.
Okay.
I don't know. It's just weird. 3 different times, no one's finding this. Even if they're kicking it around, it's somewhere on the floor. No one's finding this. What kind of sweep are they doing?
It's weird.
Yeah, we know that they're incompetent enough to not take some pictures of footprints, but is somebody not competent enough to just pick up that rug and look under it?
They're just like walking around. They're like, oh, what the fuck? Just get this dirt out of my way. I'm trying to go dust this computer off. Just kicking shit around.
Like, wouldn't that would be one of the first things you would think of is to move that rug?
Yeah.
Right? Just at least I probably should check it out.
Give it a quick peek underneath.
I give it the old once
Shits and
over.
giggles, yeah.
A little once over.
Why not? You're in there. You're on the clock. Why not? Take a peek.
There was a whole lot of people in there too that just
I'm not a law enforcement.
theoretically walked past that rug over and over again.
Yeah. We're not trained in law enforcement investigations, but we might look under that rug.
We might. We just might.
At the very least, you find a Dave's Double and you just fucking eat the cheeseburger. You never know when you're going to find a Dave's Double.
That sounds good.
I'm really hungry. I need some fucking food. I don't care if it's a buffalo chicken sandwich or a Dave's Double at this point. Unfortunately, it's, past 10 o'clock and I don't think I'm going to get either of those.
Taco Bell's
we roll
about
up
it.
our town at night. Yeah, Taco Bell's about it.
This might become a 3-parter because I need to get some fucking Taco Bell.
Police stuck to their theory that the murder was sexually motivated and involved all 3 suspects. Investigators speculated that Amanda and Raphael might have bumped into Rudy at the basketball courts in Piazza Gramano.
Speculated. Yeah, you're speculating.
Under the influence of weed and possibly alcohol, they decided to head back to the cottage. Inside, a confrontation broke out where Meredith accused Amanda of stealing food and yelled at Amanda for bringing home another stranger. Like, she saw Rudy. She's like, you keep bringing home all these fucking guys. The argument boiled over, fueled by Amanda's resentment toward Meredith. Amanda allegedly escalated the situation by pushing Meredith's head against a wall. Raphael, wanting to impress Amanda, joined in. Hearing the noise, Rudy entered the room, and also wanting to win over Amanda, he joined in as well. As they were all beating up Meredith, it turned sexual. When Meredith resisted, Amanda and Raphael threatened her with knives, while Rudy started the sexual assault. Meredith started screaming, and in a panic, someone, not sure who, slit Meredith's throat. Then police said Amanda and Raphael took Meredith's cell phones to prevent her from calling for help. Rudy briefly tried to stop the bleeding before fleeing and later went clubbing to establish an alibi. Amanda and Raphael are said to have returned to the cottage to clean up and stage a burglary. That is their official theory.
That is a lot. That is quite a story.
That seems like somebody who has very conservative views of sex and drugs would imagine this playing out.
I think that makes sense.
Like, why, when you're beating somebody up, would it just randomly turn sexual?
And where do they get the part about bouncing her head against the wall? Like, what's that from? It's weird. Weird detail.
It's almost like they gave that person like a few bits of evidence and like, okay, make this make sense. And they're like, all right, here's what I got for you.
Mad Libs.
Let me paint you a picture.
Yeah.
How does Mad Libs go? What is that game?
They give you a story, but they leave out add an adverb, add a noun.
Okay. Yes, that, or it's one of those like you continue a story like, my name is Mike and I live on a hill and I pass to Ian. And he's like,
Right.
And on that hill, I eat beef jerky. And then it goes to Dave and it's like, and with that beef jerky, I slap women. Like, that's almost like how this goes. It's like just sentence by sentence. Like, all right, now you come up with something. Now you come up with the next part.
They passed it around the police station and just filled in the blanks.
And they're like, fuck, we got it.
That's quite a coherent narrative we assembled here today.
Charge them all with murder.
Let's go get some donuts now.
Yeah. Cannolis, please. Cannolis. Oh.
I fucking love cannolis.
Dave's hungrier than I am.
Man.
They're tasty.
It's weird how they have the idea that Raphael just wanted to impress Amanda, so he started beating up Meredith too. And then Rudy saw it and he's like, oh shit, I'm going to try to impress her too. So he started beating her up.
Yeah.
It's not funny because it's a terrible murder, but like it's just so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like she lives with her. Like, what's the end game here? You're just going to beat her up and you're going to go back to living with her the next day?
Yeah.
Like, logistically, that doesn't work.
Like, you could get in a fight with a roommate, but then you would have to, there would be some sorting out. Probably somebody's moving if you're smashing someone's head on a wall.
Yeah, right. Where was she going to move to?
Yeah. I don't understand why Raphael would want to and would think that would impress Amanda for like jumping in on it.
Yeah, weird.
But why would a second guy also jump in on it?
Oh, that looks fun. Let me get in on that.
It's so weird.
Yeah, it doesn't fit.
In late January 2008, a new witness came forward. Hakuran Kokomani, a 33-year-old local, said that on the night of November 1st, 2007, he was driving near the cottage when he saw what he thought was a black garbage bag in the road. After honking his horn and seeing no movement, he got out and found that it wasn't a bag, but it was a white man and a white woman who appeared very intoxicated. I don't understand how he got to those two things, like how he saw a garbage bag.
He was probably also very intoxicated, but he's like, I'm not going to tell them that.
Yeah, I mean, we'll talk about it in a bit.
Is that a black garbage bag? Oh, no, it's two white people. Never mind.
He doesn't see color.
The woman yelled at the man and told him to leave. At that moment, a young black man joined them. Hakuran recognized the black man as Rudy Guede. He drove off, and when he saw the news of Meredith's murder, did he realize that the man and the woman were Raphael and Amanda. He said that he had been too scared to come forward sooner with all the media attention and stuff like that. Then in early February 2008, Antonio Curtolo, a homeless man familiar with Piazza Gramana, came forward to say that he had seen Amanda and Raphael in the square around 9:30 p.m. on November 1st. Antonio spent his days around the area and slept in a park nearby and claimed to have seen them again around midnight, just before he settled down for the night. His testimony placed Amanda and Raphael near the crime scene and directly contradicted their alibi of having been at Raphael's apartment all evening. With this DNA evidence and witness statements, the prosecution now felt that they had linked all three suspects to the crime scene. By July 2008, after gathering evidence for 8 months, the authorities were ready to formally charge Amanda, Raphael, and Rudy with the sexual assault and murder of Meredith. Amanda's family in the United States hired a PR advisor and started a media campaign to support Amanda. Prominent lawyers in the United States started to defend Amanda and Raphael, saying that they were just scapegoats in a case that clearly was just, only Rudy. A lot of people thought that the prosecutors kept targeting Amanda and Raphael because admitting their mistake after publicly calling them murders would not be a good look.
That happens too. Trying to save face.
Mm-hmm. The Italian judicial system allows a fast-track trial option where a judge can decide the case instead of a jury during pretrial. This option, it saves time, money, and if you're found guilty, the sentence is usually shorter. Rudy's palm print was in blood on the pillow. Yeah. So he's not getting out of this, so he chose the fast-track trial. The pretrial started in September 2008. Lawyers for Amanda and Raphael argued that Rudy had acted alone. They thought that Rudy meant to rob the cottage, thinking it was empty, but found Meredith there. They said he attacked and killed her before running away with her rent money, credit card, and phones. I don't know if we brought it up last week or not, but there was $200 missing in cash. The defense said that Rudy had left the country to avoid getting caught and that Amanda and Raphael had nothing to do with him and were not near the cottage on the night of the murder. They said any DNA evidence suggesting otherwise was probably contaminated, not clear, or it was just wrongly tested. After 12 hours of thinking it over, the judge sided with the prosecution and the police's theory. The judge couldn't say for sure who caused the life-ending wounds, but said that not stopping the attack or calling for help meant that everyone was to blame. Rudy was found guilty and given 30 years in prison, and then the cases against Amanda and Raphael were allowed to move forward to a full trial. So it's a weird setup, like how they're all, like this judge has to decide.
For other people as well, almost.
Right, yeah.
Like, I'm not sure if he's guilty or not, but he's partially, even if these two did it, it has nothing to do under him in this case.
Yeah, the whole fast track
it's a little weird
thing. split prosecution's different. I read that they have an option where you can face the judge in Mario Kart, and if you beat him 3 in a row, then you get acquitted.
Oh, you get to go free.
Yeah,
Let me add to the Mike Namapod platform. I support that justice system.
do you?
Yes.
Right.
Very much so.
People that good at Mario Kart probably didn't kill anyone, right?
Yeah. Let me sweeten the deal for you people to try to win some votes. If you don't beat them 3 times and then thus you go to trial and you're found guilty, automatic death penalty.
Whoa.
You guys would probably love that. You love killing people who broke the law.
Platform reversal here.
Look at that. That's how you buy votes. That is how you buy votes.
That's absolutely right.
The joint trial of Amanda and Raphael started on January 16th, 2009. The prosecution stuck to their story of a sexual game gone wrong, which they always called it that's a sexual game. It's very weird. I don't understand.
It's very strange.
Without actually ever proving any sexual stuff, right? Like,
Well, she was sexually assaulted,
but I mean, like, yeah, I get okay.
but there was no...
But like the whole sexual game thing, it's just weird. Like,
It's just made up.
It's just a way to group in lump in a group of people.
That's right. You have to spin a narrative. If you think that all 3 of them were there, then how did this happen?
It was a big orgy.
Yeah. You can't say that Amanda and Raphael were sitting in the other room and just did nothing. They had to be involved. So obviously, if they're all involved,
sex
it's some
game.
sort of sex game because she's a deviant to begin with because her dildo sits in the plastic case in
She
the
doesn't flush her
bathroom
poops, so obviously she's a deviant.
Yeah.
The defense argued that the prosecution had changed their theories over and over again and hadn't shown a clear reason or solid evidence linking Amanda and Raphael to the crime. The defense pointed out several issues with the evidence, including problems with the luminol testing, which we talked about, how it can react to other substances other than blood. They pointed out mistakes in procedures like not testing if the footprints were made with Meredith's blood and wrong measurements of footprints said to be Raphael's. The knife found in Raphael's apartment, which prosecutors said was the murder weapon, didn't match the bloody knife print on Meredith's bedsheet or the size of the wounds in her neck. Her autopsy showed that the knife from Raphael's place would have made a much deeper wound if used. Also, the tiny traces of Meredith's DNA on the knife blade were so small, they weren't seen at first. They needed a lot of work done to even be noticed. Like they had to keep looking at this knife and looking at this
little error
Yeah.
could have put some contamination on it.
Like that almost makes me feel like somebody there is like, keep looking at that knife till you find something on that knife.
Yeah.
Why would you have to keep testing the knife over and
It's not
over
going to
again?
appear magically.
It did.
I do question that knife statement, though, where they're like, well, this neck wound was this deep, but this other knife would have made it deeper. Well, unless they didn't push it all the way in. Like, that's not a defense. What does that mean?
Could it have, but the size of the knife, could the wound have been wider, though? If it was like if you have a small steak knife as opposed to a butcher knife, if you would have pushed a butcher knife only in a little bit, it's going to be a small wound.
Oh, wider.
Maybe.
That's a different story. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I know. I don't know what they're saying here, but
The
different knife.
Different knife.
That's what they're claiming.
The knife just seemed to be picked at random out of a drawer. You can see the picture of there's like body cam footage. There's a ton of knives in that drawer. It could have been any of them, really.
Did or did not the knife have cat hair on it?
I don't know if he had a cat at his apartment.
Okay. Something could have fell off Amanda's clothing, though, all the fucking hair she's covered in. It happens, folks. You can pretend it doesn't. It's all over you. Fucking pet hair.
It's everywhere.
Pass.
No tests were done on the other knives in the drawer to just to check for general contamination. They just like grabbed a knife out of there and like, oh, this is it.
Try this one.
This is the one.
It's
right on top. It's right on top. Obviously, he washed it and put it right back here.
That's right.
They swept Meredith's room 4 times. They just grabbed the knife out of the drawer.
Inconsistent efforts here.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
The DNA evidence linked to Rudy supported his role in a violent crime, while the traces tied to Amanda and Raphael were found nowhere in the murder room. except for the very slight trace on Meredith's bra clasp.
We already talked about that one.
The prosecution argued that Raphael and Amanda had carefully cleaned the crime scene, getting rid of their own prints and DNA, but leaving behind Rudy's traces, which that makes zero sense.
How do you do that exactly? With a magnifying glass?
Yeah,
like,
right.
"Oh, those are Rudy's prints. Don't wipe those up. Okay. That's a bit silly.
Like the same DNA that like they had to check a knife, 5 times to find, but then they were able to see and wipe clean whatever they needed to.
Right.
They talked about the bra clasp. They theorized that it would have been under Meredith's pillow, and then they missed it, and then it got knocked around, and then was found on the 46th day. That's what the defense is saying.
3 times a bra clasp is being knocked around. No, it's a clasp. It's not just a piece of fabric. It's got the little metal in it, right?
Right.
So it's not a light piece of thing that's going to blow in the wind like a feather. This has to be like pushed or moved.
Yeah, so it's like about that wide, like an inch and a half.
And that's even bigger than I was thinking.
Yeah, so it's like 2 inches wide.
Yeah.
It was about 2,
And it's a little bit of a heavier piece.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's not just going to like blow in the wind when you lift a pillow, it floats away.
No.
That's going to be fucking physically moved by something.
That's just the defense trying to say, look, this is somehow contaminated. I don't know.
Rudy's DNA was on the fabric of the bra strap, but Raphael's was only on the small metal part of the clasp, making people wonder how his DNA could show up so specifically. Like maybe it was put there.
Yeah.
Raphael's lawyers also doubted that his DNA could be on the clasp without also being on the fabric, suggesting that the DNA got there from different means.
I was reading one of the other things about Amanda's courtroom behavior was very strange. I read this from a Newsweek article. It says that she behaved boorishly throughout the trial. She enters the courtroom like a beauty queen, pandering to the cameras and sometimes answering journalists' questions with a coy smile. She also wore a Let It Be t-shirt on Valentine's Day and has been spotted passing around chocolates, winking at Celestino, and laying her head down on the defense table. It's kind of weird, right?
It's consistent with the rest of the story of her not doing herself any favors.
Mm-hmm. It's just the jury's watching. They're the judge, whoever's deciding this.
The innocent beauty queens that I know wore nice sweaters and had their hair back in ponytails and just looked like innocent moms when they were in the courtroom, and they were acquitted.
And they blew their defense counsel, but that's it.
Well,
Different
I'm
story.
not going to make any statements like that. That's crass at best.
But anyway, maybe not a way to present yourself to the jury. That seems a bit absurd to act like that.
Yeah. You're
just
you're not doing yourself any favors.
leads me to believe she didn't understand the seriousness of what was taking place when you do stuff like that.
It could be a Damien Eccles situation. Like he clearly didn't understand what was happening.
Same thing.
He was a lot younger, but maybe not a lot. I don't know.
A little bit, but not that much.
Yeah, not a ton.
Where you're like, I know I didn't do this. I can't fathom being convicted, so I'm not really taking it as seriously as perhaps I should.
Which is also weird, though, after everything she's been through. 53 hours of interrogation,
I mean, she's been locked up for a while now.
if you're not taking it seriously, what the fuck's it going to take?
Yeah, you should understand the situation you're in.
Yeah,
by
what
this time.
is your defense telling you? They should probably prepare you for that.
Yeah, like we're getting into close to 3 years now. Or 2 years, sorry. In their closing statements, the prosecutors asked for life sentences because of how serious the crime was. But the defense asked the jury to think about the lack of clear reason and just kind of how ridiculous the DNA evidence was, especially the bra clasp, because that was the smoking gun and it was really poorly handled. Mm-hmm. After 11 months of testimony, Amanda and Raphael were found guilty of murdering and sexually assaulting Meredith. Raphael got a 25-year sentence, while Amanda got 26 years, which included an extra year for wrongfully accusing Patrick Lumumba.
Oh, The old turtle luck's running true to form.
The old turtle.
I forgot about that one. Was she charged with anything with regards to Patrick Lumumba? Or they were just like, oh, and by the way, fuck you, an extra year.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't.
She wasn't charged with anything for that.
It was like an add-on. Be like, I'll take add a slander on that sentence as well, please.
Oh, by the way, and one more. I don't like the cut of your jib on that one. God, that's just like, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
He was very wrongfully accused. Yeah. I'm not saying that that's bad.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, there was no talk of her being charged with anything for that at this point. And the judge is like,
You know what?
I'm going to go ahead and give you another extra year.
Like, if she came up with that on her own and the police really didn't coerce her to that, then good. Take the extra year because, you fucked that guy over. You deserve it.
I would still like her to be charged with a crime for that, though. Like, give her at least the trial of it.
Well, maybe.
But I agree with what you're saying.
Maybe that was part of it, though.
And that's what I don't know. Was she? Maybe was that thrown on just kind of way down the line? I don't know.
It may have been.
The jury's just like, we find her guilty of murder. Just like, yeah, and I find her guilty of slander. Fuck that bitch. One more extra year.
Tack it on, baby.
Yeah. Who knows what goes on in Italy? I don't know what goes on over there.
Anything goes.
The case.
They don't even cut their pizza, so that's weird.
This case it caused a lot of controversy, specifically in the United States, where a lot of people didn't agree with the verdict. Senator Maria Cantwell and Donald Trump were the two that were most vocal in publicly criticizing the Italian justice system. They both suggested that it was like an anti-American thing that influenced the trial's outcome. Trump was also calling for a full ban on Italy.
Woohoo! USA! USA! USA!
That sumbitch was telling me I couldn't eat Chef Boyardee, which I import directly from Italy. Fuck that. I can't support that.
From Cleveland, you mean?
Now we're way out of line here. No, we're way out of line. No, Cleveland by way of Naples, Italy. Please, come on. I have actually not had any canned SpaghettiO Chef Boyardee in like a year and a half, 2 years.
Wow.
I'll be honest, it's like I keep forgetting to buy it, but I have not had any. Been on a big ramen kick. I do a lot of that now.
Favorite.
That's good. Yeah. Good stuff.
I'm sitting here thinking about the TikTok ban. I said Trump was going to ban Italy.
You're banned off the planet. You're fired.
He was trying to boycott Italy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
As long as I can get my Chef Boyardee. Give me like a 90-day notice, Donnie, so I can get in my imports of Chef Boyardee and I'll be good. And then we can ban them.
Yeah, I was thinking about TikTok. I'm worried about TikTok. That's going to take away a
Solid
solid
do all day.
portion of my my entertainment.
I think we'll be okay.
The appeals are different in Italy. There isn't just a review. People are guaranteed a whole new trial. The initial appeals process began after Amanda and Raphael had already spent 3 years in prison. By this time, Rudy had his sentence reduced to 16 years, still maintaining that Raphael committed the murder and Amanda was present for it. Obviously, all the DNA was questioned in that appeal, but a key witness from the first time around, Antonio Curatolo, was questioned again. Initially, he claimed to have seen Amanda and Raphael near the crime scene, and he admitted to being under the influence of heroin at the time of the supposed sighting.
What about the other guy?
The other guy, he was questioned as well, and he said that he couldn't even be sure if it was...
This is the guy that thought it was a garbage bag?
Yeah.
Yes, he...
No. Well, we weren't questioning his thoughts from the beginning.
This time around, he couldn't say for sure if it was on October 31st that he saw them or if it was actually on November 1st. He also, his first statement said that it was raining. It was not raining that night, so he shouldn't even have been taken serious the first time.
Mixing up the we're not talking about just a difference of like 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. We're talking about completely like a 24-hour period.
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
like
that could be nitpicking.
That's what I mean. Like the date wise, like that could just be before midnight, right?
Saying that it was raining is weird because he was like interacting with them. You think he would remember?
He's probably in a different town or something. Wasn't even in that area.
And it really was like a garbage bag. And now he's fucking explaining, no, it was two people. It was them.
But this guy's testimony was a big deal because it put Amanda and Raphael not where,
at home where they said they were.
Right. But this guy was doing heroin, so.
Well, One in Rome. I think another big part of this appeal was that they had like academic forensic people from university and stuff review all the evidence and the processing and the data collection. They said it was ridiculous. Like
they're like, this is fucked.
Like this isn't even possible. Some of these, collection samples, there's no way you can use these to definitively pull DNA and identify people. So they were very harsh on all of that.
I saw too that the forensics lab that did a lot of the DNA stuff really tried to push back. Like we've never had an issue, in the 10 years we've been operating stuff. It's like, well, nobody ever questioned you before until now.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the first time we've actually pushed back.
Look at your first review.
Yeah. That's so great.
Before you didn't have the eyes of the world on you.
Maybe we should have been reviewing you every 2 years.
Quarterly, perhaps.
Judge Claudio Hellman, overseeing the appeal, criticized the evidence from the first trial, said it was inadequate. He dismissed the unreliable DNA evidence and questioned the eyewitness testimonies, ultimately attributing the crime solely to Rudy Guede and confirming that a genuine break-in had occurred at the crime scene. I don't know about that part. That sure seems staged.
With that rock and the...
Like from down a hill and like up. And,
it was a 10-pound rock thrown it through the window on the second floor, and it would...
from a second floor.
Yeah. With enough force for it to travel.
Yeah. He may have talked himself into the house and kind of staged the crime scene part after.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's... Yeah.
Because there was no evidence that anyone came through that window.
Right.
We talked about that on part one.
I don't think... Apart. Yeah, not a break-in in the sense of the window.
Yeah. It's a post-crime panic staging kind of thing. Perhaps.
Yeah.
So Amanda and Raphael were acquitted of the murder charges, but Amanda's extra year for slandering Patrick Lumumba was upheld. Amanda, when she came back to the United States, she said that she was relieved and she just wanted to move on with her life.
To be clear, at the time, Donald Trump was nothing more than a reality TV star. His threats to boycott probably didn't have a ton of weight and influence in what was going on, right? Like,
but the State Department might have been
yet. Maybe
pulling some
that's
levers
different.
behind the scenes.
That's different, of course.
It's pretty much unanimous, at least over here in the United States. It's like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way that this girl should be found guilty for this. So the case then went to the Supreme Court, Italy's version, which found significant errors in the acquittal process, particularly in Judge Hellman's handling of the DNA evidence and his failure to consider all circumstantial evidence.
This was a couple years later, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
We're on trial number 3 now.
Right. Yeah, the Supreme Court said that this judge just didn't look at everything the right way, pretty much. And in 2013, this led to a reinstatement of the guilty verdicts against Amanda and Raphael, although they were not immediately imprisoned, pending a final decision from the High Court.
But she wasn't even in in Italy at this point. She went home as soon as Hellman overturned it.
Yeah. And then the Supreme Court in Italy is like, hey,
we need you to come back. We're not done. I don't think we're done just yet. She's like, oh, okay, I'll be right there.
Well, the Supreme Court of Cassation, is that like a lower Supreme Court?
I don't know.
There's various levels.
It was a cool looking building from the documentary, at least.
I don't remember. Was it?
It was the YouTube one. I think you said you fell asleep in that one. It was like 7 o'clock in the evening. It was late at night for you. You fell asleep.
In 2015, the Supreme Court finally dismissed the case, leading to the full exoneration of Amanda and Raphael. Amanda is now an advocate for a wrongfully accused, and she's a public speaker. And I mean, she continues to deal with this. You know, if she's innocent, you know, that's a really shitty thing. Her whole life is now this.
Yeah. That's what usually happens with stuff like this.
Amanda and Raphael wrote about their experience. They made a lot of money for the book that the books that they put out, which people aren't happy with that. I'm sure Meredith's family is not happy with that at all. But
if I'm innocent, this is going to sound not great, but if I'm innocent, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to write books about my experience. I'm going to make money.
Because I went through that and
Yeah.
I didn't do anything and I deserved that and I can do whatever I want.
Absolutely. I'm saying if I'm innocent,
I agree with that.
I would have no shame in making millions off writing about my experience as a wrongly accused individual.
I'd still be pissed.
Yeah. No, maybe I'd give some of that money to the family. But, you know, that's nitpicking to say she should be doing that.
she went back to Italy in 2019 to talk about like injustices and like
Goddamn.
like that's a bold move.
Yeah, I would not be taking that course of
crazy.
action. No.
Yeah, that's
No, thank you.
she has more hearings coming up too soon for the slander of Patrick Lumumba because he has been
Is he suing her or
he's been trying to sue her for a long time for that.
Yeah. He's right for
Almost 20 years.
speaking of all that money she made, like he's sitting there like, motherfucker, you brought me into this.
Where's my book deal?
Yeah.
Yeah, no one wants Patrick Lumumba's book. Like,
Why not though? Why wouldn't they? Like of all the people who
What's
have
he
been
gonna say,
wrongfully
though?
accused though, like be like, this bitch, here's my story. Here's what I went through. I don't know.
He was in jail for 3 weeks and then they let him go. I don't know.
Yeah, but the whole angle of he was the first black man that was accused, and so it was him. Like, of course there's a book deal there. I mean, they get fucking book deals to everybody nowadays. This would be an okay one.
Yeah.
And if I'm him, I'm looking at Amanda going, you got all this money, and maybe you are innocent, maybe you're not. I don't give a fuck either way. But you brought me into this.
You named me, bitch,
Yeah.
and you're going to pay.
She named names, Dave. It's a Seinfeld reference. People out there that don't like good television.
there's a lot more out there. There's
Yeah.
the amount of evidence is insane. And I really wish I could read Italian because I know I talked about it on part 1. It's like the murder of Meredith Kercher.net or .org, one of the two.
Oh, that's got the blinking neon, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't.
No?
It's a really basic website, which is nice. It has everything you could possibly think of for this case. It's just all in Italian.
Just use Google Translate.
No,
No?
I don't know. I mean, there's like
It's like, nah.
there's like thousands of PDFs and stuff. I can't.
Yeah.
A lot of clicking.
Yeah, I just need to be able to scroll.
Yeah. Well, obviously people don't really give a shit about our final thoughts. So let's just get to the Patreon shout outs.
I'm not.
Nobody wants to go first here?
I feel like she's not. There might be something to their involvement. I'm not sure that they were forthcoming. I'm not sure she's 100% innocent of this. Seems like the guy probably killed her. Rudy probably killed her. I think she knows more than she admitted to. That's my gut feeling on this.
She definitely should not have been convicted of anything. There's no way.
I don't think there's enough evidence for any sort of conviction, but there's a few things that don't add up, I think.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. If it came out someday that Rudy Guede's version was more leaned more towards the truth, I wouldn't be shocked. Like if it came out that there was a scenario where Rudy and Raphael were responsible for killing Meredith and Amanda was there, I would not be shocked.
I agree.
There's a reason their phones turned off at the same time.
Yeah.
What's that reason? I don't know. We'll never know, I don't think.
That's the big stick in all this. That's a really weird thing.
It is.
But everything was so contaminated, you would never know. Rudy Guede just happened to leave a palm print. That's what got him.
Yeah.
Because it was on the pillow.
Yeah.
If I had to guess, I'd say Raphael's DNA was probably planted on that metal clasp. That makes no sense.
That was moved around 9 times.
Well, Rudy's DNA was on the fabric of it, but Raphael's was on the tiny little metal part. I mean, you know what a fucking... You cuck everybody, right? You know,
I've taken bra off a time or two in my day. Yeah.
So, I mean, it's like a tiny little metal piece.
Yeah.
Purposefully or just due to sloppy conditions at the lab?
I think purposefully.
Well, that's a bold statement.
To put him at that. That was, they didn't have anything to actually put him in the room until that.
Yeah.
I think that's on purpose. Just like the knife was, look at this knife until you find something.
That's a weird thing, the knife.
Because they tested it, then all of a sudden it has Meredith's DNA on it.
But wouldn't that be something? Frame jobs and all kinds of stuff going into this story.
We talked about him having chestnut hair before and brought that up. Like if you go and look through the case information, the stuff that's out there that's been translated and whatever, tons of chestnut hair pops up and it's alluding to Raphael, but the place was fucking messy and there's cats and shit.
If they're bringing boys back different times, there could be hair all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would get into questioning some of the blood stains that have both of their profiles, but I don't think you can rely on any of that stuff to be accurate. It just seems like a lot of
because it was all taken so late.
Yeah,
like
so I don't even know that that's worth discussing because it's not.
You can't do it in with confidence.
Yeah, I'm
right?
not going
Like
to base my thoughts on the validity of that DNA evidence because I don't think you can trust it.
Yeah, I mean, we have to cover it because it's part of the case, but at the end of everything, it means nothing.
Yeah.
Like 90% of this episode meant nothing towards the, you know what I mean? Like all that, it's all ruined. It's all contaminated.
I'm going to pull that clip. We're going to end every show with it. 90% of this episode meant nothing.
Do that at the end of a wrestling show.
I don't know. I can't really support my findings on this, but I just think there's something amiss here a little bit that leads me to believe that she might know more.
Could her of Raphael just maybe walked in at the wrong time, heard something happening, and we're like, peace the fuck out, we're leaving.
Sure.
And then came back and the door was locked and they're like, oh, let's clean up what we can. Like, yeah, there's some blood. Maybe her and Meredith didn't get along. She's like, well, I don't give a fuck, whatever. Like, I'm just cleaning up, not expecting the worst. And they were privy to something, but not enough. And that's why they maintain their innocence, but they also were around and walking through blood.
Yeah, anything like that. Or they were stoned, so they panicked. And, you make bad decisions when you're panicking and thinking quick like that sometimes. And it doesn't make you guilty necessarily, but it's going to make you look guilty. But I just think there's something. I think there's something there. I don't know. I'm just some dipshit in Medina, Ohio. I don't know what I'm talking about.
We always talk about how like there's always like that one thing that you don't think about that when you hear when you know the truth, you're like, that makes perfect fucking sense.
Right.
But I struggle with this one for that. Like what makes perfect sense about those phones going off at the same time on the one night that this happens? It's odd.
Unless that it's not real, unless they really did shut their phones off every night and whoever, confirmed that activity that they didn't was lying.
Well, the phone records are out. You can that website has the phone records are there. You can go through them.
So that's something we can prove.
Yeah, you can dig through all that.
If that's true, then I find it odd. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's an odd detail you can't explain.
I don't think that her and Raphael standing outside kissing is a weird thing, whatever. That doesn't mean you killed anybody.
I find it a little strange.
No, I don't. I think when you are looking and nitpicking that could be a strange behavior, but I did not see that when we talked about it last week. I didn't see that as something that I was like, oh, of the things I'm going to pinpoint, that was not one that I was as concerned with.
Like all these police are inside photographing your dead roommate, and you're outside smoochy boochy with your boyfriend in the parking lot. I just find that strange.
They're comforting each other. They were embracing. They had their arms around each other. They were hugging. They're just giving smooches.
I don't know, man. It was weird. I don't know if she had PTSD from
They also
whatever
probably were
happened.
high as fuck, right? Like maybe they were just high.
This was the next day.
Well,
Unless they
probably
wake
just
and
fucking
bake
kept-
before they went over there. But I don't know. And
I don't know if I'm going to be having to deal with the police.
Then the cartwheels in the police station. And
Well, that was
I would
weird.
not
something's
smoke.
off about her.
Was there video of the cartwheel stuff? I can't remember what we said last week because I don't remember seeing that. So we don't know if there was cartwheels. We have video of the kissing, obviously. But
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she admits to doing the yoga, but she says that's something that she did to relax or to like get stress, whatever.
and that is weird, but maybe it is what she does to relax.
She's an odd duck.
Some people take
She's
pills.
An odd duck.
She is an odd duck. Some people take pills. We'll do yoga. Some people do, weeds. Not I'm straight edge, but
That's all I got.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think we
I
all
don't know.
kind of agree. I don't think we really disagree on anything here.
Yeah.
We're just, nitpicking back through it now.
I don't think she killed the girl or anything.
I don't think
I'm
that
glad
either.
she was freed. I think
You're
that
saying
was
right now, Dave, it was not a sex game gone
appropriate.
wrong.
I don't think it was a sex game gone wrong.
What does
That
Nancy
doesn't
Grace think of this one? Did she ever cover this? She loves just
I don't
verbally assaulting attractive young women who get accused of murder.
That's true.
Maybe
She's a
'cause
big fan of that.
Maybe because she has never been an attractive young woman. That's just me, though. That's why we'll never be at CrimeCon.
CrimeCon.
Yeah, that ship has sailed.
You boys are banned for life from CrimeCon.
I don't even give a shit about her thoughts on true crime. Her thoughts on pro wrestling and the deaths that have occurred are just flat out lies, and we've covered it. I'm getting myself all fired up.
Lies.
That bitch needs to get slapped in the face by a cock.
Sassy.
Yeah, I don't think that Amanda killed Meredith.
No, not at
I
all.
don't think that.
When I first watched that documentary, the Netflix one, it was called Amanda Knox,
Yeah.
years ago, before we even did this podcast. It was one of like the rare true crime documentaries I watched. I remember leaving it thinking, I don't think she did it. And then, we do this show for 5 years and it's, your opinions change and I start to learn more about true crime and all that. And I went into this series thinking I was going to be ridiculous for thinking that initially. I stand by it. Yeah. I think there's just way too many flaws in the investigation to make me confident she did anything.
I agree. There you have it.
Last time we did this, it was fucking Santa Bill. We all agreed on something.
That's been proven beyond a reasonable doubt.
I think at this point, if you think it's anybody other than Santa Bill, you're just ridiculous. We've taken so much shit for that thought too. People calling us cowards. Like, what the fuck did we get? Like, even more so back then, we didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
People thinking we were just afraid of the Burke family.
Yeah.
Not the Burke and his family.
Yeah.
And that how we would never say that mom did it. No. It's
I
just,
don't give a fuck.
didn't think she did it.
I'm allowed to have my opinion.
Just kind of weird to just be like, oh, she was so mad that she wet the bed, so she banged her head off a sink. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Anyways, I always bring it back to that. Sorry.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
What do you got for us on Patreon, Dave?
Thank you to new patrons Madeline Rex, Olivia Menard, Michelle Cannon. Ohio is for lovers of incest, Kid Rock, and alcoholism.
Not far off.
What was it again?
Ohio is for lovers, ... of incest, Kid Rock, and alcoholism.
Well, we're not West Virginia. You can't give us the incest.
Kid Rock is from Michigan, sir.
Also that. Alcoholism. Okay.
We'll take that one.
We'll own up to that one.
You got us there.
Lauren, Chief Keef, I Cuck Mike. Well, not sure that happens. Jace Novacek, Sharon, Elijah, We Fuck to Necro.
Oh, man.
I like that.
Why is that kind of hot? Do they fuck listening to us?
That's what it implies, Mike. Mike really likes that one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Nick Marquillo, Enoch Durant, mentally ill 19-year-old, Brandy Greenside, Allie Hamilton, Raul Vidal, C. Gorman, April, Hugs from Mugs, purple-headed yogurt slinger.
It's like not even creative. It's a fucking thing that's been out there for since the beginning of time.
Still funny. Ellie Callow, Brittany Pintandi, Liam McKenzie, the Green Coalition of Zesty Cops from Chickamauga, Jennifer Lindstrom. Will Mike still cuck my BF if I have a boy cunt?
I don't know what that means. Do I need to fuck your butthole?
Perhaps.
Is that just two guys and they...
Perhaps, yeah.
Okay.
Either way, the answer is yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you will.
Count me in.
And Trisha Stevens.
I always like when there's a ridiculous one and then there's just a normal one at the end.
And Trisha Stevens.
Trisha's like, really? That's what you're doing
Like,
to me?
I got the two guys asking for Mike to get their man vagina, whatever it is. What was it? Male butthole? What did they say?
Boy cunt.
Oh, boy cunt. Sure. Count me in. Ian, what do you got?
For iTunes, I have one for Susie Phoebe, Brandyland 86, Lizbot 10, and Nikki B 68. Thank you guys for the awesome reviews.
I got a couple international ones.
What do you got?
I have Cinnamon 267 from Australia and Mad Axeman 74 from Great Britain.
How about that?
Thanks for those sweet reviews, guys. Keep them coming internationally.
Good stuff. Anything else?
A couple of quick thank yous for some gifts we received in the mail. Thank you, Ashton, Rosie, and Wendy. Sent us some cool stuff.
Ashton sent some really cool Pokemon stuff. I don't know if I ever said that Mew is my favorite Pokemon on the show. I must have, because that would be a really weird coincidence. But
It would.
Ashton sent me a sweet Mew figure that I'll probably keep in the box because it came from Japan.
Very cool.
The Australian Milky Ways that Rosie sent were really good too.
You like those?
Yeah, I ate that whole bag. I like how the labels are different over there. It's a completely different Milky Way label. Colors, everything's different.
How about that?
How about that? And Wendy sent some
WrestleMania
shirts.
t-shirts.
Those are really cool too.
It was a big day for Ian.
I know.
He got some Milky Way, some Pokemon, and some WrestleMania shirts. It was a big day for him. All right. We are on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube at Necronomipod, patreon.com/Necronomipod, necronomipod.com, and amazon.com. Search Necronomipod for all of our merch.
All right, you guys ready for a cool down beer?
Cheers.